Hello everyone, I'm Bridget.
And I'm Angie.
Welcome to our channel. So today we're going to be talking about our recent trip to Tulum, Mexico. We're going to talk about all the places to go, all the places not to go, the things people didn't speak about, and things that we think you should know.
So if you're ready to have a lot of fun and make the best out of Tulum trip, follow us.
Yes, don't forget to
Subscribe.
So firstly, we visited the famous Follow That Dream sign. It should be up here if we editing skills is what it should be, right? So that sign is located actually on the Tulum Avenue. There's the Avenue strip where most of the things are located. So to get there from our Airbnb, because we were located in La Villita, but we'll talk about that in our next video.
So make sure.
So to get from the village to the avenue was about 15 minutes in driving time. Once you reach the avenue, now the strip, you have to determine what is the best mode of transportation to get around. So this is where we had a little fun.
So I wanted to ride a moped because I was like, okay, I have some experience with the motorcycle, but I also have an injury. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll have her in the back and then it'll be cute.
Don't blame it on the injury, but fun.
It'll be cute. We'll have a couple experience, have videos. That way we'll like take a lot of pictures. And on the strip, they actually allowed us to try the moped. And if you have no experience and your arms are very flexible and
if you have no experience in motorbikes or balance or anything of that nature,
don't rent this.
How are you feeling? Yeah. Yada. Yes,
I can do that by myself, but since you have, it's hard to balance that, so we'll do the ATV.
No. We'll stick with. Go ahead.
Another option, which is the ATV. The ATV, you don't need any type of balance, you don't need anything. As long as you don't mind getting dirt and wind and everything on you, it's a very fun alternative.
Before we go into bicycle, let's talk about price. So if you determine to rent the moped, because it looks good, it fits the aesthetic of Tulum, right? It was going for a rate between 700 to 800 pesos. We'll do the conversion on the page. And that's just to rent it. Then you have to pay a deposit. Depends on where you go. Between $3,000, some of them want $4,000 deposit. And if you have no experience, you will need to take a lesson, which is approximately between $200 to $400 for the lesson. So that is something to be mindful of. And for the ATV, it was around the same price. If you're working on a budget and you want to go wild, go with the ATV. We decided to do the bicycles, and they were
300 pesos?
300 pesos for two bicycles.
Yes.
For 24 hours, basically. You can stay on it as long as you wish. If it's Spanish, good. That's another thing. You can try to negotiate a lower price. So because we went in October, that was not really a peak season, so there weren't as much tourists. There were a lot of tourists, but not as much as they usually have. So of course they want business. So they would try to negotiate more with us so that we would get a lower rate. So just be mindful of that. Overall, let's talk about the whole experience of this sign. So the Follow the Dream sign, there's not really much than the sign. You go take pictures with the sign, but around the area there's a lot of bars and a lot of restaurants that you could go to, and trust me, you will need to get a drink because it's so hot.
Honestly, I enjoyed my time there. I'm not gonna lie, we missed this sign the first time we drove past it and rode past it, but eventually we found it. There's a really nice acai bowl place and a lot of alcohol options, but they're in the pricier side.
Well, the acai bowl, we bought that at Matcha. What was the name of it?
Yeah, we'll post a picture right here because you took a picture.
Stop saying that. We don't need to do that. It will be in the bio already captured and everything. Yeah, so the acai bowl was how much you paid? Price, right? Because I know everyone is interested in price.
I will put it right here.
You can't remember. Okay, but I bought a drink, a cocktail, and I paid like around 200 pesos.
Make sure to have cash.
Yeah.
Do not use the card because they do like to charge a lot, especially if you're only buying a drink. During the trip, you can exchange USD to pesos, but if you go to the main area, you can take out the pesos and only be charged for one fee. So I recommend you to do that. So guys, the next place that we have to talk about is if you're interested in a very aesthetic, beautiful sculpture, you should go to Venado Luz. It's phenomenal. It's great for picture. The whole vibe, the whole aesthetic is really, really nice. We went and you can talk about the parking if you want.
Okay, so to get there, again, it's located on the avenue that we spoke about earlier. And so you basically park at the side of the street, but yes, you have to pay for parking at the side of the street or any parking lot. And parking range from $100 to $400. So typically it's $400 for 24 hours. And if it's staying less than 24 hours, like we say, staying 6 to 2 hours, because taking pictures don't take that long, you can again negotiate the price. So we got it for $100 for 2 or 3 hours. To get in, we paid approximately 60 pesos, which was $3 US each to get in there. Again, like all tourist sites, there is a line.
So for us, we didn't have to wait too long in the line. However, there's other people taking pictures, so you have to be mindful of that because they will take a long time, or they'll look at you like you need to rush and hurry up. So don't be shy. I was a little shy because I was like, I don't want to, there's people watching me. But listen, girl, have confidence. Or guy, have confidence. Just take pictures. You pay your fee. You get your time. So
okay, but they can't take too much time because there's also a sign saying, I think, a minute per person.
Oh,
but
really?
Yeah, it had a sign.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. So, but something that we learned whilst we were there was apparently there's more than one Venado Luz. Because I was looking at the sculpture, which is beautiful, by the way. But then I was looking at the Instagram picture that I have of the sculpture, and I'm like, the lighting seemed different. I said, okay, maybe it's the sun today. Then I realized, no, there's another. Actually, there's four Venado Luz. Mm-hmm. So be mindful of if there's a particular one you want to go to, do more research on that and make sure that you go to the right one. So make sure you put the right one in Waze. I think that was the problem. I put the wrong one in Waze.
And just guessed that all of them was one.
So that is something to note and be mindful of. But overall, you get some really cool pictures there. There's a nice, wooden aesthetic. Mm-hmm. Behind the one that we went to, which would be in the description below, there were other like little sites that you could take pictures at. So like there's, what was that? Like white sheets.
And then papaya picture too.
A pawpaw. Huh? Yeah.
True.
So yeah, it was a nice experience overall. For the price, it wasn't bad. There's also eating places nearby again, so you could just make it a day, make it a thing. Must do.
Oh, also if you want pictures and you don't mind having the same outfit, you can knock down the dream sign, follow the dream sign with the Venado Luz
because it's nearby.
Yeah, they're located right on the strip. You can walk.
Yeah, so if you don't want to go to and from because you don't have much time and you're trying to beat Tulum in like 2-3 days, we were there for like what? 8 days?
8 days, yeah.
7-8 days. So we had time, so we could do the activities slower, but you could compile them if you wish. So our next highlight of the trip was our visit to Taboo. Yes. So let's talk. Yes. That was really fun. Let's talk about Taboo in its entirety. What you need to know before you get there is a minimum amount of money you need to spend in order to get in. So prior to getting in, we had to pay $2,500 each. In total, we paid 5,000 pesos. However, how it works is, out of the 5,000 pesos, you have 2,500 pesos to spend on food or drinks. The other 2,500 would just be forfeited for cover charge. Again, it wasn't peak season. We were allowed to spend the full 5,000 pesos, luckily. So we spent it all on drinks and food, and we had a good time. So
wait, so if you wanna like go there during our time and there's not a lot of people, they do want all the people to come and party, so like the vibe is nice. You can, if they're trying to charge you the whole thing, you can try to pretend, oh, I'm gonna leave, or like look a little hesitant, and maybe they'll give you the full cover. So
yeah,
try that.
So probably that works. So let's talk about the service. So when I get there, they have someone to carry you to. So there's different areas. There's the pool area. There is the beach area, which we were interested in because we went to the day to experience the beach club and not so much the restaurant. There's also the restaurant part to the back where you could go.
Okay, so I personally enjoyed the fact that I was sunbathing, and she just hiding under the umbrella.
I'm back. Yeah.
Okay. I also enjoyed. You can ask some of the waitress for somebody to do the body paints.
Yes, that was nice.
That was really nice. You literally give them the charge that you wanna pay, and they'll do how much it's worth. So we spent like
Too much
we
money.
spent on there?
20. I think it was 20 US we gave up. How much ever that is in pesos, we'll do the math. So yeah, we're not spending that amount of money on tattoos, but I mean, it looked nice. Look at the video. So she comes and she does it free-handedly. And yeah, so you get to add that to your experience. And of course, everyone around is enjoying the vibe and the culture, and it's just spirited, to say the least.
Yeah.
So let's talk about drinks. So the drinks there, of course, everything was prepaid. A margarita was like $450. Generally, a drink is like $450 to $500. Okay? Yeah. So be mindful of that. Of how many drinks you could get with the budget, and if you go over, of course, you'll have to pay the additional cost.
I wanted to say that.
Sorry.
So when it comes to food, we order sushi, I believe, and it was actually pretty good. They brought this pita plate with hummus and olives. It was really nice.
Yes,
so I would recommend just a little snack while you're drinking your life away.
Yes. So let's talk about the atmospheric vibe. So there were a fashion show being held on the beach.
Show them.
We had a fashion show. Then they had someone come play the trumpet. Different forms of entertainment. However, if you want that party beach club vibe, you have to create that atmosphere. So don't just sit down and just be on the beach jam and just think that everything will come together like how you see it in the videos and have a good time. You have to go reach out to people, talk, communicate, interact with people from different countries, have a good time, because everyone is there wanting to have a good time.
Yeah.
When you start to interact, you realize everyone is like, where's the vibe? You are the vibe.
Exactly.
So you have to create the vibe.
So towards the end of the day, it gets really lit. Mostly because everybody's drunk. Yes.
Be friendly, just be
And
open and you will have a good time. But if you're the type of person you just want to go there to relax and sunbathe and just sip your margarita like there's nothing going on, do that.
Yeah, just sit there. We don't judge.
Yeah, so overall experience at Taboo, I would say was, what would you give it, 8.5?
8.5, yeah, out of 10.
It was nice. A bit pricey.
Very pricey. Don't say that. It was very
It was
pricey.
pricey, yeah, but if something you want to do, all beach clubs there
Our expensive.
are expensive. So just be mindful of the beach clubs you want to go to. You'll have to pay.
So the next place that we visited is called Sfer Ik. The Sfer Ik has a very nature vibe.
What is it?
Illustrates. Sfer Ik is it's a museum that you can take pictures. You can experience the whole nature vibe to be within nature, which they did marvelous on. Everything was so beautiful and woods.
Yeah, so they basically build the museum around the trees. Yeah, you have to tell them what is it.
Okay.
You want to tap out. I have to tap out. So to get there, we order our tickets online, so you can reserve a ticket online. It was only $11 US each. When you get there, you basically just give them a reservation pass. As you can clearly see, let's start with the obvious. I have a shadow in here. It's for more light-skinned people because the light is just certain angles. Like here, oh, the light given here. Yeah, it's not bad. Oh, I can use here. But it's really nice. Also need to add in the fact that, of course, like everything else, you have to pay for parking on the strip. So add an next 100 pesos to the reservation fee to get the overall price of being there. Unless, of course, you're doing that on a day that you did something else. So the next place that we visited were the Mayan Ruins. The Mayan Ruins is basically alternative.
A close alternative.
And a more economic alternative to go than going to Chichen Itza.
Yes.
Chichen Itza. That is the big pyramids that you see all over. Because while in Tulum, to get the Chichen, let's just call it Cheats for short, to get the Cheats, it's approximately like 2 hours away. So if you don't want to go on a long 24 hours day journey, like not waste a day just going all the way out there. Of course, they take you to other points such as what do you call the whole?
The cenotes?
Cenotes and stuff like that. If you're into that, I would recommend you go because you could get a reasonable package for like $80 US, and that includes food. However, we decided not to go to Cheats because
We were on a budget.
apart from the fact that we're on a budget, it's kind of like too far away. But
Yeah.
yeah, so then we realized there were similar things in the area in Tulum, so that's the Mayan Ruins. So to get there, we had talk about a journey.
Okay.
That was a journey. I don't like to walk.
So for the Mayan Ruins, right? It's located in the same strip, but instead of turning right, you're turning to the left on the roundabout. As soon
I don't
as
mean anything to them. They don't even know you're on the ball.
okay,
Just say it's close to the strip.
so how to get to Mayan Ruins, right?
No, it's not with Dora. No, just talk about the walk.
Okay. Okay. So when you get on the gate in Mayan Ruins, you have to walk at least 15 minutes to the actual location.
So right now we're on a trail to get to the ruins and El Castillo.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is what's up. We have a bit of a walking to do because we could only drive so far and then we have to walk the rest. How you feeling about the journey? And someone came
Flip-flops.
in flip-flops. So now we know if you're coming here, wear sneakers.
So
We weren't able to explore as much as we wanted to that day because she wasn't well. But let's show you a clip of when we got to the top of the
not the top, but inside the actual.
This is inside the
Ruins.
actual place, yeah. So I'll play whatever and then we'll come back to say. Yeah, so overall it was a very nice experience. You learn a lot, and also if you want a tour guide, you can pay additional fee. So to get in, we paid a very small fee. I can't remember, but I think it was less than 50 pesos each.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it could be around 30, 50 pesos.
Yeah.
And so that's just to get in. It's just a small cover charge. And if you want a tour guide to find out about the rich history of the Mayans, you could also include that, or you could do like us and stand close to
To the tour guide.
And you know, you can see it.
We're on a budget, okay?
Yes, remember, this is visiting Tulum on a budget. Okay? So if you want to see more of the content that we have to provide on the trip to Tulum, make sure to see you at our next video.
Be part of our family.
Ew.